All right, welcome back, viewers, to our another exciting episode of our podcast series, the Young Turks Dialogues by Crobstacle. This is our episode number 67, and after a long series of episodes of having with our guests, we are finally back with our Canadian partner, Mr. David Mark Peters. And as you have seen, and we have seen great engagement from you, and based on your demand, we have brought him back. And today's episode is going to be really exciting. It's 2025. You all are working hard towards your brands, towards your goals. And today, David Mark Peters, our Canadian partner, and with his ton of experience, we have a dedicated episode talking about his journey. You can look back. The episode is linked here. So with this ton of experience, today we are going to be discussing about marketing, we are going to be discussing about leadership in marketing, we are going to be discussing about AI and machine learning, and as well as the role of data privacy and ethics. So it is going to be an amazing and exciting episode. Let's deep dive directly into it. So David sir, first of all, how you feel in coming into 2025?
Well, I'm excited what 2025 has got in store for each one of us. 2024 was an amazing year. I'm sure it was an amazing year for Crobstacle as well, and also
It
for
was.
our listeners. Um, so yeah, you know, 2025 has got lots happening. To look forward to actually.
Correct. Totally, sir. And in terms of what we are doing, there is a lot of things we are looking forward to. And by the way, in terms of our audience, they are also looking forward to a lot of things from you and Brandon specifically, because you know the Canadian markets, Indian markets very well. So that is something that our audience is interested in. We did a email marketing poll, so we got a lot of interaction on it.
Wow.
So talking from that point of view, and specifically choosing segment one as the state of marketing in 2025 was that reason.
Okay.
So directly deep diving into it, as we are testing new formats with our podcast. So why not we discuss about, from your perspective, what are the major trends that you are seeing, that you are forecasting, the trends that are going to happen in 2025. But of course, will those trends will have the direct relation to the marketing that we know, or it is going to be something really different that each and every one of us have as to adopt to. So let's begin with that.
Sure. So the marketing landscape of 2025 can be defined by just like intersection of technology, data, and human-centric values. When I say human-centric values, what I'm trying to say is focus through personalization. That is very key here. And companies that effectively harness digital strategies like even AI integration and advanced analytics will build strong connection with customers, stay agile in a competitive environment, and of course, foster lasting brand loyalty. So, when I talk about personalization, let me just give you a couple of examples. Say, if you ever looked at Nike, I'm sure in your audience there are a lot of you know athletes probably, and Nike is a good brand to take a look at it. So, what Nike has been doing for customization platform, they allow customers to design and customize the shoes through the Nike By You program. So what happens here is users can choose colors, materials, and even add personal text or initial, ensuring each product reflects their unique style. So what does this do? It enhances customers' engagement by making the product truly personal, and also builds emotional connection, which we want with the brand as customers see their creativity come to life. One more thing, what Nike does is they have an app. Of course, but they use this app to collect data from their user preferences, browsing history, and activity levels to offer personalized recommendation for products and workout plans. So integration with fitness apps like Nike Training Clubs and Nike Run Clubs provide insights
Yes.
to Nike into the behavior, running habits, preferred workouts, delivering products suggestion like running shoes or clothing apparel suited to the activity. So encouraging loyalty by aligning product recommendations with user lifestyle, and that drives repeat purchase through hyper relative suggestions that they give. Another one more thing that Nike does very good is dynamic email marketing, which is highly personalized, featuring products that match users' purchase history and the likes. So yes, so that's one example of Nike. And if you go from the other side for the ladies, I don't know, I don't know if you know about Sephora, it's a beauty product. So what
No, I
they
don't
do
know
is
about it.
they have
They
a
have people like
virtual artist, you know, app. It uses AI to augmented reality, of course, to let customers virtually try on makeup products like lipstick, eyeshadows, and foundation. And it analyzes users' preference and provides tailored product recommendation based on the results. So, what's the impact on this? You know, it reduces hesitation in online purchase and give customers confidence in their choices. So, yeah, so personalization is huge, a huge thing that 2025 we're going to see a lot of companies using personalization.
got it. And will this personalization be somehow embedded in their websites as well? Like in terms of social, I understand that that can be easily happening. But in
Yes.
terms of website, your website is your digital store. Now, if you want to change something in your real estate, that costs you a lot. So, is this personalization going to happen in your real estate, or it will be just limited to the kind of experiences that you just discussed, like email marketing or advertisement or that kind of things?
Absolutely, everything has to start to evolve. Even your website, there's a storefront. If you go to your regular mall, you see everything changing every time you go. There's something different on the wall there. You know,
Right,
so that has to happen. Continuously. It's not the website is made once and that's it. It's your window. So
right.
you keep changing it. You got to adapt to that, of course.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Correct. So, like that is one aspect of it that we are talking about here is personalization. What other aspects you think in 2025 are going to play a key role? So, let me take a bit backstep here and talk about the journey from 2023. In 2023, everyone were discussing, oh, ChatGPT has come. By 2025, we will be out of the job. Of course, the people who adapted to it are still there in the business and they will be still there. So we know that. So now in 2025, do you think there is so now people are talking about, oh, chat gpt has come up with sora. Now video editing is going to happen on that. Now this tool does creates images, massively amazing. So now in those terms, do you think anything is going to happen in 2025?
Oh, it's only going to go up. AI integration in marketing is going to be used very, very, very widely. We all know about ChatGPT and DALI. They are revolutionizing content creation. It enables brand to produce high quality marketing assets, actually assets, very quickly. Okay, then we have AI powered chatbots. Sophisticated chatbots are coming, handling complex customer inquiries, provide product recommendation, and close sales. Actually, can close a sale on the chatbot, improving customer
Right.
journey. And of course, AI integration in marketing with predictive analytics. AI anticipates customers' needs and preferences, allowing proactive engagement and better inventory management also. So it is going to play a big role, big role.
Got it. So, let me ask you another thing. Like this is going to come to you as a surprise. Like you are a partner, but you still don't know about this. That recently I was having with my current team, I asked them to start promoting our podcast, get new guests, and reach out to as many people as you can. So we got to this one guest who was specifically really big into the specific like marketing sector. Only in marketing, his core specialization was that. So I scheduled a 1 hour discovery call with him, and in that discovery call he told me one thing: Anmol, I saw your episodes and there is one thing missing, is your niche. And I was like, sure, okay, I invited you to be a guest on this podcast and you are here giving me advices. So let
Mhm.
that. I took his advices, I wrote them down, each and everything, over that 1 hour call. And after that, he told me that, see, right now I'm not interested in your podcast. I will get back to you. This happened to me for the first time in the last 66 episodes that we have done. This is the
Wow.
67th episode. So I reflected on the things that have been happening and I took a note of them and I reflected on to them. And on that, I got to a conclusion. that yes, of course, we were doing a lot of things on our podcast, but now we are now focused a bit on marketing. Like the core we are discussing on our podcast is going to be marketing. Secondary audience will be the startup founders and entrepreneurs. So of course I couldn't discuss this with you, but this recently happened with one of the guys from India only, and he has been into, like, he sold his company for something in billions here in India only. So this guy, he told me this. This was his feedback. He said that the initiative that you are taking is good, but you need to be focused on one thing. So talking about that initiative, now we are as focused on marketing, and you also come from this background. What are some other trends that you think are going to impact the business in 2025? Like it could be SEO, it could be social media, like so many things are there. What do you think?
Yeah, all these are going to augment together. It's not to say that they're going to be a second tier. They all will have to work to. So it's like converging of everything, and consumer data analytics is also key. We're concerned about data privacy, brand adoption, transparent practices is good. Real time analytics is going to be huge. Businesses now analyze customer behavior in real time, even
Right.
enabling immediate adjustment to marketing
Yeah, of
campaigns.
course. I know
Yeah,
we can watch those videos seeing customers on the website what they're
yeah.
exactly doing. So that is true.
So having said that, it's new. What you already have will continue, but you got to also say, embrace what's coming new into the into technology. So everything is works as in it's overrides, on top of each other. Let's put it this way:
Okay.
overlaps rather, not override.
Yeah. So it is going to be a lot more integrated than ever.
Exactly. Yes.
Got it. Now, the next thing is that I want to discuss about is the in terms of the leadership. So every
Mhm.
business has a leadership board or leadership team. So
Yes.
at the leadership level, marketing is something that happens everywhere. So
Yes.
for the leadership team, like discussing on the role in 2025 that leaders have to play to constantly adopt to marketing, because this is a trend that has been happening over
Right.
the, I will say, centuries, because
Mhm.
marketing has been adapting every year, all the time. But this year, what is going to be different in terms of the leadership? What they should be doing in terms of like fostering culture for innovation and marketing in their organizations,
Mhm.
and so that their marketing teams or the people who they are managing are able to think in that line, that they are able to do the kind of marketing that is needed in 2025.
Absolutely. So you see the role of leadership is to actually foster a culture of innovation. Drive change in this digital age. Leaders have to be visionaries, thinking. They must set clear vision for innovation. And of course aligning the team's goal with company's mission while anticipating future trends. They should be empowering the teams. A culture of innovation thrives when leaders empower team members to experiment, okay, fail forward, and think creatively without fear of judgment. And of course, you need to have collaboration. Should foster cross-cultural collaboration, integrate diverse perspectives from marketing or technology and customer experiences. So it's key for every leader to create an open environment where ideas can flow freely. Provide access to training on emerging market technology and methodologies, and celebrate and reward innovative ideas to enforce creative thinking. So leadership must be taking the role and engage their team together.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense as for me as well, because currently I'm training my team on a lot of AI tools that are coming in, because I've been telling them. So initially my team used to believe that AI is not going to replace them, but and now
Mhm.
I've told them clearly, see, I get my work done from Chat GPT like 60% of the times in a day. I need to write an email. I will send a voice command to ChatGPT. See, this is the brief. You write me this email. It gets it done like the email that used to take me 10 minutes. Now I get it done within a minute.
Mhm.
And I have those 9 minutes extra to explore what other things I can do for my business. So
Yeah.
I've been telling this to my leadership team as well, that this is the future and this is what you need to do. So, in talking about those terms, what do you think is going to be a breakthrough tool? Of course, chat gpt is something that comes to our mind first because it brought the revolution, but it is kind of the Apple or Microsoft in the in the industry. But of course there are so many other tools. So are there any specific tools that we should be focusing, or are there any specific prompt methods or prompt engineering things that we should be focusing on?
Well, there are quite a lot of tools that people can embrace or get used to it. But again, it all depends from industry to industry what you want to use, correct?
Yeah.
And each is very specific to their platform or to their niche market. How? But what I would say is especially building your team for innovation is the key. We're talking about how do we do that. We should invest in our team by providing training, cutting edge tools. Of course, you said which tools you could use and strategies that we'll have to find out what is apt for your industry. And also we should introduce mentorship programs where experienced team members guide others in adopting new technology. So even in Crobstacle, we have so many people working there,
Right.
and some senior people can actually start. They can set a time to train the junior people. A program for that, facilitate workshops on emerging trends. Take leadership role. Say, okay, what trends we have, like AI content generation, voice search optimization, and problematic advertising. So these are some of the practical steps that we can take, yeah, in introducing technology.
Right, right. That makes a lot of sense. And one more thing that I wanted to discuss with you specifically is and this is related to this topic only that we are currently discussing. So I was recently attending this, I would say, a master class. So this guy named Shripal Gandhi he claims to be that he has sold 100 crore businesses in his life. He has built 2 to 3 businesses in those lines. So I was attending his masterclass to see how I can scale Crobstacle, what new I can do. So in that he asked me one question: what kind of personality you are? So he gave me 3 options and he asked me to choose one. One is entrepreneur, second is managerial, third is technician. So
Hmm.
I was blown by it. Like I was fitting in the category of technician because in my day, if I am working 12 hours a day or 13 hours or 14 hours a day, so most of my time is going into operations. I am doing firefighting and all. So he told me that Anmol, you are not able to scale. And this is a common problem with many startup founders or entrepreneurs. So,
Yeah.
what do you suggest, sir, in that? How we can go from the transition of the technician to become a manager or entrepreneur?
Well, see, I think what you said was absolutely correct. You see, you cannot be wearing all the hats.
Right.
Of course, we do wear at times, but you need to find out where are you strong. And if you're leading a company, I think you should use those strengths to lead people. Fine, leadership. It's like, how do I put it? When you have this thing about being a technician, you can probably give advice or work on hands-on on the technical knowledges, but you're also a CEO of the company, right? I think you should start to be in the company of other CEOs, have discussion with them, how they're leading, what they're doing, and gain knowledge through them. I think, I say iron sharpens iron. That's what what the rule is.
Yeah, I think networking plays a key role in this. Same goes for AI. Networking plays a key role because I have gotten so many tools from just the network,
That's
talking to
right.
other people who are in this industry. So that makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, now moving on to the next topic. Of course, we have been discussing about leadership in marketing innovation, and most of all, we have been talking about AI. The next topic is dedicated to AI and ML. So, talking about how machine learning and AI can be used to optimize our marketing efforts in 2025. So, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, so AI and machine learning are actually revolutionizing marketing. Okay, AI machine learning algorithm analyze vast amount of customer data to identify patterns, preference, and behaviors. These enable hyper personalization, as we talked about. For tailoring that, what we talked about when I gave an example of Nike and Sephora, to tailor the campaigns to individual customers. Then we need to talk about dynamic content delivery. AI tools create personalized emails, recommendation, and advertising in real time based on users' interaction. Then, of course, there's another called customer segmentation. Advanced AI clusters customers into highly specific segments, allowing brands to target micro audiences with precision. For example, Amazon uses AI powered recommendation engines that account for 35% of its total sales by suggesting products based on browsing history, purchase behavior, and preferences. So, and Sephora does another one. It uses virtual artist app AI to let users try on makeup virtually, increasing users' engagement and boosting conversion rates.
Right. Yeah, that is totally true. And in terms of campaigns as well, the most of the research part you can get the baseline from AI and you can
Right.
build on it. Earlier, you have to build everything from the scratch, but now AI has such a great database that even
Mhm.
this recent. So I work on a MacBook. So
Right.
recently, Apple also launched this Mac Intelligence, or it is Apple Intelligence, the Apple Intelligence.
Mhm.
So once I installed in this, now every search that I do, I get the baseline from it. Like I was searching for, let's say, I was so recently this use case. This is the use case not related to marketing but financial. So I was searching for what is the current PayPal conversion rate if I
Mhm.
take payment in euros and get it to India. So how much I will need to charge extra to the client so that I can get the exact amount what I need to charge them. So on Google there was so much information, but when asked this Apple Intelligence software, it gave me that result within a one or two
Yes.
second. I was able to get that information and I invoiced properly. That needed to be done. So
Yeah.
yes, that is true. What
Yeah.
you
So if you use Netflix, 80% of watch content uh, on Netflix comes from AI-driven recommendations, keeping
yeah
viewers engaged and reducing churn. I actually, it's happening with me right now as I'm even speaking. Last week I was watching because I like to watch historical movies, and all of a sudden I get three more recommendation after I finished watching the first one.
Yeah, and
So
even that happens on Instagram as well. So if I am watching content related to entrepreneurship, all the content will be related to that. If I'm interested in that,
correct,
if I'm interested in something, let's say if it is bikes, it will show me everything related to bikes.
right?
So that is totally true. What these platforms are doing, and I think getting back to the tagline, data is the new oil. So that
Hmm.
is again totally playing its role
Of
if I
course.
see, because AI is relying on data. When ChatGPT came, we used to give it prompts, it used to reply very vaguely. But now,
Hmm.
if you give it the context, it has so much of data, it has so much clarity. Like sometimes, even I think, God, how is it replying so well? Like it could act as your mentor, it could act as your marketer if you know how to use it.
Yeah,
So,
another one example is the pizza, Domino pizzas or whatever pizza shop that you predictive ordering and voice assistance. So
yeah,
what
predictive
Domino's
AI.
does is uh, Domino's uses AI to predict popular order during peak times and employs voice activated assistants like Dom for hands free ordering.
Correct.
So see, so basically, what was the outcome? Streamline ordering process and increase customer satisfaction. So they know, okay, between 11 to 1 is the peak time for
Correct. And
lunches.
there are so many use cases for AI helping us to enhance customer
Hmm.
experience. Like even for Cephas Media Group, like that chatbot, of course, I won't say it is AI driven, but the kind of flow it is built, it looks like an AI is talking to you. So AI has a lot of use cases in terms of customer satisfaction. If I,
Exactly.
especially in the SaaS segment, if I say
Right. It's not only customer satisfaction; it's customer loyalty. Number one,
loyalty.
customer
Correct.
loyalty, and of course, higher return on investment on marketing campaigns for organizations. Better operational efficiency, I would say, and of course, you've improved decision making. You know what to do next with the data that you've got.
Correct. And sir, like we have talked a lot about the positive aspects of it. What do you think about the negative aspects of it? Because I have also personally received so many spam AI calls, like that AI chatbot person will sound so authentic and everything, but it is a scam call. So what do you think about that?
Of course, with every any business, there are some pitfalls. We have to embrace it. It's all part and parcel of the game. you know, so I don't know what to say at this point, but I guess you know you will have those little things trickle in, but you'll have to learn how to get around this and swift it. Yeah, that is all parcel.
So, relating to that topic, what is the role of data privacy in this? Because AI builds their models based on data. The data
Yes.
we tells it and the kind of prompt. So, if ChatGPT does something wrong, I will scold it. I will tell them that this is wrong. You have to
Hmm.
do this right. And the next time you talk to it, it will surely give you the right thing. Or like two to three times, like how you talk to a human. So the database is building, and
Hmm.
that data is built on the data that we give to it. So
Hmm.
how does the role of data privacy and ethics play into it, like the current marketing in 2020, because AI is a big part of it?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
relating to both the things.
Yes, the importance of data privacy and ethical market, customer trust and brand reputation is key here. As we collect data, because more sophisticated consumers are they are increasingly aware of how their personal information is used. So a commitment to privacy and ethic fosters trust, and that is what we need to do, which is a critical factor in customer loyalty. And of course, if there is ethical lapses, can damage a brand reputation, and company's reputation,
Right.
and result in legal and financial consequences. Then we have regulatory compliances, laws like GDPR
Right.
and CCPA mandates transparency and consent in data and collection and processing. So we have to see. I don't know, is there anything there in India such like this?
We have an
Non-compliance.
IT Act 2000.
Yeah. So non-compliance can lead to hefty fines and loss of consumer confidence. So
I think
brand.
recently all these big shots, Apple, Microsoft, and everyone was fined in the European Union for their
Mhm.
illegal practices, as well as in USA. I think this happened. They were called in
Mhm.
court. I saw the videos, like Sundar Pichai
Yeah,
was being questioned, Tim Cook was being questioned, and many other big shots of the industry.
yeah.
They were getting questioned for the practices that they were using to get more consumers, or like getting too much into their data. And there is a saying that your instead of your family, your mobile phone knows you better.
Mhm. That's right. Yeah, yeah. So I think the transparency and consent is key here. The challenge will be explaining complex data practice in a way that consumers understand. That's one challenge actually.
And
But there is also a responsibility. We have to clearly communicate data use policy and obtain explicit consent before collecting personal data. One of the examples is like an Apple app tracking transparency features allow users to control which app can track their activity, and setting a standard for consumer privacy.
yeah, yeah, that feature is actually very helpful because in most of the applications, I say that ask app not to track. Even being a marketer, I don't want me to be tracked in everything that I do. So
Hmm.
I, yeah, that feature is something that is helpful. Of course, from a marketer standpoint, I hate it because
Yeah.
I do not get to track and target exact. Because in 2020, 2019, it was so easy to target anyone, but now, of course,
Mhm.
with Apple, it has gotten a bit difficult. But yes, on the other side of it, respecting customers' privacy is something that is very important.
Yeah.
So, and
So not
yes,
we also need to have some security features like protecting customers data from breach and cyber attacks. So what I suggest that people should do, and anybody should do that, company invest in robust security measures, regularly audit data handling practices,
yeah.
ensure third party vendors adhere to the same standards. Companies like big companies, of course, they have the big bucks, they can do that. Google and Microsoft,
No,
they have
even
implemented advanced
I will
encryption.
say here that one of my mentors, he works in cybersecurity. So 2 years back we got hacked. Our data was leaked. Our client's data was leaked, and it had a major impact on the client's social media accounts because the accounts
Mhm.
were hacked. So after that, we have implemented like that tool. I think costs us around 10,000 a year in all the system and in all the mobile phones, and it keeps the data so secure that even if you go to an unknown place, connect to the Wi-Fi, it gives you the notification that this network is not secure, you cannot connect.
Mm.
That is amazing. I think I will mention the name of the app. It is Lookout for Work. And in terms of computer, this is malware byte. It is not just an antivirus, but it helps you, because recently we pitched someone on Facebook, I think, and my sales team got that lead. It was some very big fashion brand claiming to be coming to India, and they wanted our help. And they sent us a file by WeTransfer. We downloaded it, and it was a zip file. So luckily, it was my computer that I opened that file, and it did not open. And when I
Mm.
researched about it, so it was a virus. If it was a Windows laptop, it would have been gotten hacked. All the information on it would have been gotten to that hacker,
Yeah.
and it would be a total mess. So yes, on that note, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Yeah,
And
with great power comes great responsibility.
correct.
As marketers, we are interested with consumer data to enhance their experiences,
Yeah.
not exploit their trust. So, ethical practices are not just a regulatory requirement, but a moral imperative. Let's put it this way. So by prioritizing transparency, security, fairness, we can build strong relationships with our audience and and set the foundation for sustainable success for everyone.
Right. So, like touching upon the last topic, how as marketers in 2025 we should be effectively managing the data for the consumers that we are getting. Like, what is the effective way to manage it? Because there are so many legal laws that are coming into picture, uh,
Mhm.
and even as a marketer personally, I think it comes with a, and you also rightly said right now that it comes with a lot of responsibility. So
Yeah.
what are a few practices that we should be following?
So we should adapt a privacy first approach. That is number one. And so we design campaigns with privacy as core principles rather than an afterthought. You know, then we should have zero party data. Collect data directly from consumers through survey, preference center or interactive experiences. Be accountable and transparent. You know, regularly update privacy policies and communicate to the customers clearly, and implement ethical AI practices. Establish ethical guidelines for AI usage and marketing. Uh, Prioritize explainability in AI-driven decisions, and of course, educate the team on data ethics. Conduct training programs to ensure all team members understand the importance of ethical data handling and compliances.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. I think that is a perfect answer for this. And on that note, I think we have covered all the segments we decided for is this specific episode. So I would like you to, before we close down on the episode and go by our standard guidelines, to tell our audience that they should like, subscribe, and share this amazing episode. So before that, I would like you to tell your top five things that you would like to tell to our audience of marketers, startup founders, and entrepreneurs that they should be, taking away from this episode.
Well, keep first of all is to keep focused on what your niche market is. If you're a leader, I think you keep to your vision, keep empowering your team, encourage them, encourage collaboration with them, because and learn from each other. Learn from each other. Yep. And finally, it's all about security. Invest in security because for data privacy, because your customers' data is important and you do not want to upset them.
Right. Perfect. That sounds good, sir. I think on that note, first of all, thank you so much, sir, for taking out
Thank you. What
time
was it?
from your busy schedule and coming on this episode. And secondly, thanking to our loyal audience who have been watching our episodes and who have watched it to till here. So thank you to them. And guys, if you really see value in this episode, I am going to tell that you can email me on anmol@cropstacle.com. I will with all your queries, and I will give those queries to David sir, and he can reply you back with it, because you guys have being loyal and have watched the episode till here. And if you really like it, do share it with your friends who you think would be getting value from this episode. And anything you feel that have been that could have been improved in this episode, you can mention down in the comment section. And on that note, David sir, you would like to say anything?
Well, thank you very much and Happy New Year to everybody. And hope that the 2025 is a great bumper year for all of us.
Perfect. And on that note, we will be back with another episode. Thank you so much everyone for watching.